All right, good afternoon, morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you right now. I want to take a moment. I meant to do this a couple of weeks ago and go over this riveter. So those of you that are building a schoolie or doing a similar job that requires similar sheet metal work, um, you have a bunch of different options when it comes to putting rivets in. Now, a school bus has a lot of rivets, but fortunately for me, um, I have about 200 rivets in the front crown piece, 200 rivets in the rear crown piece, and I'm really going to make an attempt to use mainly metal screws on the side because they're going to be digging into the hat channel and they're more structural rather than two 20 gauge pieces overlapping. That's more rivet territory. So I'm probably about a fourth of the way done with my riveting. And like I said a second ago, you have a lot of choices now. There are cordless riveters that look like a drill now that you can get for like 60, 70 bucks on Amazon or probably other places. I looked at those and I kind of steered clear of them because I'm putting on quarter-inch rivets. I'm drilling a 17/64 hole and I'm putting in 1/4 inch rivets. And those are fairly large rivets as it pertains to riveting sheet metal from what I can tell. 43 years old. This is the first time I've ever used a riveter. Just full disclosure. I'm not a sheet metal worker. I don't pretend to be. But I looked at the cordless ones. I looked at, of course, the pneumatic. Harbor Freight's got like a 70, $80 riveter that can go up to a quarter of an inch. I don't really have the firepower as far as air compressors to back that up. So for me, I'm gonna have to go spend several $100s on an air compressor, another 100 on a gun, another 200, 300 on rivets. I'm not riveting my sheet metal for $1,000. I'm not doing it. Now, I don't do this for a living. Those of you that have a professional workshop and you're a real big DIYer. I mean, I'm a DIYer, but I fix crap when it breaks, so I don't have to buy new stuff. So I'm by no means an expert on anything. But those of you that do sheet metal work or riveting more often, I do not recommend what I'm about to do. I would go for the heavier duty artillery. I ended up getting this rivet gun on your screen here. It's a audio, OUTO, I don't know. It's 30 bucks. I think it was like 32 when I bought it. It's actually gone down. I bought this like a month ago now, 3 weeks ago. And I bought it because it says rivet gun, quarter-inch pop rivet gun. And it comes with rivets. It comes with 230 rivets. I don't really care, but I knew it was going to be crappy rivets. I'm not worried about that. And to top it off, the son of a gun comes with 5 drill bits. One of them is a 17/64, which is slightly larger than a quarter-inch. Um, and per Chuck Chastity, Chuck Cassidy, um, that's what you need to use. And he really knows what he's talking about. So go check his page out if you're looking into doing this because he knows he's forgotten more about schoolies than I'll ever learn. So I bought this simply because it's 28 bucks, 30 bucks. I'm like, okay, if I buy it and it takes a crap after 5 rivets, lesson learned. It's kind of a kick in the balls. So I'm 100 rivets in. It's about 100 across the bottom and about 100 across the top on the front and back. And I'm sure I'm gonna have to put about 50 or 100 more along the edges here and there where I'm not using screws. But 100 rivets in, I'm impressed by this. If you were in my position and you're doing a schoolie roof raise or you're doing a small, for those of you who don't know what a schoolie is and you just found this and you're wondering what kind of riveter to get, if you're doing just some light work and you've got a couple hundred rivets to put in, maybe you're never going to do rivets ever again, probably like me. This is the 30 bucks you want to spend. I thought it was going to be a piece of crap, and it may be. I mean, those of you that are hardcore DIYers are probably laughing at this. I don't care. Um, it'll pop quarter-inch rivets in like nothing. Now, I do recommend you get one of these that has these arms on it as fulcrums. I wouldn't get the little squeezy squeeze thing for the hand. That looks like a pain in the ass and the hand. This thing with the little arms on it, I thought it was going to be much harder. Now, maybe I'm just a big, strong person who underestimates my strength. I don't think that's the case. But the rivets are relatively effortless to put in. Now, another caveat to that is I only put about 5 to 10 rivets in at a time. I'll work on this as I get time. It gets dark at 5:30 in the freaking afternoon. God, I can't wait till spring. So by the time I get done with my day, it's dusk. sometimes later, sometimes earlier, but I really don't have a whole lot of time to devote to doing this. So if you're doing a schoolie or a larger job and you have everything lined up and you got 1,000 rivets to put in, this probably isn't your bag. You're probably gonna have some sore shoulders and you're probably gonna have to put an ice pack on your shoulder. But for me, 100 rivets in, 150, I think rivets in, maybe, I don't know. I'm a liar. I don't know. It's a little bit more than 100. I really saw this thing putting in 20 or 30 rivets and breaking. I really expected that. Anything north of that is a victory, and I'm celebrating a victory right now because I'm not quite halfway done, and this thing works. Quarter-inch rivets all day long. Another thing that steered me away from the cordless ones is you can get the cheap ones that are like 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 bucks, and it's like most of them do not even go up to a quarter inch. And the ones that do go up to a quarter inch, you could tell in the description that it's really not recommended. You're really, really maxing this thing out if you go a quarter of an inch. Um, so my thing was, I don't want to spend 100 plus bucks on this thing and it crap out after 20 or 30 rivets because I'm running at max power, just raw dogging it. Same with the pneumatic ones from Harbor Freight. If you go get the cheap stuff and you just run it at max, 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 and you just, you wear it out, I would rather wear something out with 30 bucks and throw it away than wear something out 130 bucks or 400 or 530 bucks and have to throw it away. So that was the dice I rolled on this, and so far it's doing really well. So if you're having any doubts about these types of riveters and you're putting in quarter inch, now I'm putting in stainless steel rivets. They're not aluminum, so they're not super soft, and they're not the other type. They're just stainless steel. I know people don't recommend stainless. That's what I'm putting in. Sue me. I'll let you know if my roof blows off because I use stainless steel rivets. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. It's not really that big of a difference. Um, so yeah, totally recommend this thing. The AIUITIO rivet gun, quarter inch pop rivet gun. Like I said, it comes with a bunch of rivets. I have a whole bunch of other. I use the quarter inch ones just practicing around the house, like riveting sheet metal to sheet metal, just to. I mean, like I said, I had to watch YouTube to see how rivets worked. I mean, I know they went in metal, and I mean, I kind of knew the basics of it, but I've never riveted anything. So I'm just like, I just want to see if this thing even works or how it works. And when I popped 5 or 6 rivets into some sheet metal, I was like, wow, this is pretty neat. I probably would have riveted more things in my life had I known this. So all the other smaller ones that are smaller than a quarter of inch, I have those if in case I want to, I don't know, rivet my kid's mouth shut or something. You got little jobs like that you could do with it. So so far 5 stars. Check it out.